The Chindit War Memorial. Located at London's Victoria Embankment, it is a memorial dedicated to the officers and men of the Chindits, a special forces unit which saw action in Burma in Southeast Asia during the Second World War. The Chindits were founded and commanded by the enigmatic Major General Orde Wingate, a British Army officer, and saw intense action in the jungles of Burma during the war, especially in two expeditions between 1943 and 1944. With their motto, "The boldest measures are the safest," and their hardiness and bravery in battle, the Chindits captured the public imagination, in spite of the limited strategic outcomes of their efforts. For over 70 years, the legend of the Chindits has loomed large. However, one little discussed fact is the participation of 3 battalions of the Nigeria Regiment, that is the 6th, the 7th, and 12th battalions within the component of the Chindits. This seeming historical oversight is, however, part of a more general problem. Close to 100,000 African troops fought under Allied command against the Japanese in the jungles of Burma. Almost 50,000 of these were men of the Nigeria Regiment, fighting under 2 divisions, the 81st and 82nd West Africa Divisions, drawn from the Royal West African Frontier Force, which was part of the 14th Army of the Southeast Asia Command. For the avoidance of doubt, the men of the 81st and 82nd Divisions were involved in some of the most intense battles in the Burma theatre and established themselves as a highly successful fighting force, which in itself contributed immensely to the eventual success of Allied forces, at the cost of over 15,000 lives. Another emerging fact of the historiography of World War II being the widespread omission of the efforts of these men from popular accounts of the war, whilst those of their worthy counterparts, the Gurkhas, Indian and Anzac troops, are embedded in the popular narrative. A sad indicator of the seeming disregard of these men's sacrifices was by their omission from a tribute speech by Field Marshal William Slim, the British commander of the 14th Army, under whom they fought, made at the end of the campaign. While Slim was to later make recompense by acknowledging their efforts in his biography, the psychological damage was already done. There were antecedents for this even before Burma. In Ethiopia during the East African Campaign of 1941, newsreels at the time celebrated the return of Emperor Haile Selassie to Addis Ababa, with little mention of the frontline efforts of West African troops in ensuring this victory, otherwise signified by troops of the 1st Battalion Nigeria Regiment mounting the guard of honor that welcomed the Emperor. The large majority of the men of the Nigeria Regiment who fought in the Burma campaign are now deceased. However, the duty of tribute to their sacrifices in life, limbs, and loyalty remains. This documentary can only but attempt to tell the story of these men in a solemn tribute to their personal bravery and sacrifice.
Form part of the Royal West African Frontier Force, of which their Commander-in-Chief has said never has the reputation of the Royal West African Frontier Force been higher than it is now. They fought in the East African Campaign and were in the Battle of the Juba River crossing, which opened the way to Mogadishu, the capital of Italian Somaliland.